About 5 years ago, we started the New Mobility Project. Our goal was to provide new transportation choices, giving people a chance to move around the parish without more traffic. Among those initiatives was bike share. And in May, Gotcha Group, with many partners, will roll out bike share in the parish. It will start hubs at Southern University, Louisiana State University, and downtown, 3 neighborhoods where demand is expected to be greatest. The second phase will expand bike share to the Mid-City and to the Baton Rouge Health District, another project of the Baton Rouge Area Foundation. Alongside bike share, we are advancing the Bike and Pedestrian Master Plan, which was initiated by the Foundation and is funded by BRAF and the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development. The plan will be released this summer. Soon, you'll be able to pedal to Electric Depot on the remade Government Street, which is getting bike lanes. Electric Depot was an idea sparked after the Foundation encouraged Entergy to donate the remediated property to the East Baton Rouge Parish Redevelopment Authority. Thank you, Entergy. The RDA was formed by the Foundation in partnership with local and state government to reinvest in parts of town that need it most. The RDA chose Weinstein-Nelson Development to turn the donated buildings and land into a mixed-use project. Now, in just a few weeks, Red Stick Social will open with bowling, restaurants, clubs, and music at Electric Depot. Soon after, the Ramen Bar Boru and City Roots Coffee will open on the ground floor of the second building with apartments upstairs. Developers David Weinstein and Dyke Nelson will then add more than 100 new apartments on the property. This is how blight is turned to vibrancy through partnerships, creativity, and determination. Naturally, sometimes we don't succeed right out of the gate. The RDA took a while to get its footing. So did our efforts to reform education in our community through New Schools for Baton Rouge. New Schools is a nonprofit started with commitments from our fund donors. It's different from other reform efforts in education. For one thing, it recruits school operators who have proven their model in other cities. It holds operators accountable, removing support if they don't make the grade. This quiet revolution in education won't stay quiet much longer. NSBR-supported schools are teaching 6,000 of the 40,000 students in the public school system, and they're doing it with the support of the school board. 5 years from now, NSBR-backed schools, conservatively, will enroll 13,500 students. That's more than 1 in every 3 public school children. School operators Basis and IDEA opened schools last year with the support from New Schools. Both of those public schools are ranked among the best in the United States. This shows that our members and fund donors are caring for our children, making sure they all have a shot at high-quality education. But they also care for other little ones too, our companion dogs and cats. The Foundation started Companion Animal Alliance 9 years ago. The goal was to reduce the number of strays on the street and also to boost the number of pets placed into permanent homes. CAA has delivered on that promise. The nonprofit saves more than 70% of the homeless dogs and cats. Compare that to 8 years ago when only 2 out of 10 pets survived a stay at the shelter. And while working to save more animals, the board and staff of CAA were also pursuing other ambitions. They are raising $13 million to replace the parish's grim, dilapidated animal shelter with a beautiful, modern facility designed to make adopting pets easier and more pleasant. The new shelter opened on LSU campus last year. Thank you, generous donors who contributed to building this shelter, which is among the best in the nation. A community that treats its animals more humanely is a community that is also ready to treat its vulnerable people more compassionately. In December, 68% of the voters approved a tax that will pay for a mental health treatment center. That victory crowned more than 5 years of work by the Foundation and its partners. We knew that, for those suffering from mental illness and addiction, A prison sentence was no cure. It made things worse. With help from our members and fund donors, the foundation delivered the research to prove it. We found the best model for a treatment center in the United States, showing that it's not only more compassionate, but more cost-effective to treat the sick instead of putting them in jail. With studies in hand, we convinced our partners to take a chance on the idea with the tax election. Today, we are supporting the Bridge Center for Hope, which will open the facility when the tax proceeds start coming in next year. All of our projects try to solve fundamental problems. For folks living in coastal regions, problems don't get any more fundamental than survival. Around the world and here at home, coastal communities are facing an existential threat from rising waters, disappearing wetlands, and even deadlier storms. At the water campus, scientists are collaborating to find ways for people to adapt as the ground under their feet vanishes. The Center for Coastal Deltaic Solutions is a centerpiece of the campus. The Water Institute of the Gulf is on the second floor. On the top floor is a meeting space called the Estuary. From its perch above the river, the Estuary has become the premier conference center in the region. Also located on the water campus are the LSU Center for River Studies and the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority headquarters. Joining them later this year is 1200 Brickyard Lane. In late spring, our partner, Commercial Properties, will begin building 200 Water Street, which will offer 22-story apartments and a main square park. The park will run between 200 Water Street and 1200 Brickyard. A stream inspired by the Princess Diana Fountain in London will run along its length, flowing across teeny dimples in the granite. Water will sparkle with light. It's increasingly evident that the most beautiful quality of our region is the generosity of our people, working every day to make life a little better for their neighbors. I thank you for helping us advance that beauty.